Give me some popcorn, some beer for this.
Both players are readied up. Are you ready for this one, Joey?
God, I hope Daniel wins.
Sam is unveiling his new strategy, so we'll see what ends up happening.
Oh boy, this should be
boy,
interesting.
Welcome to ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Thanks. Okay.
Alrighty,
Stronghold
commenting
2.
on this legendary championship tonight is of course Jacob NX01A and yours truly, Bitch Boy Alpha.
Alright, let's go ahead and get into this game. In the bottom, we do have Toxic Wall.
And in the top, we have the one, the only, the racist Mormon, Daniel.
He changed his name so I can actually say it this time. Unless that's something I can't actually say because he does all these references. So same build as last time, it looks like. Daniel placing down an apple farm and a granary. He is granary flicking this game. Better looking.
I don't understand the stockpile location. That's such a far distance for the quarries to travel.
It is. So I'm hoping he's gonna duplicate his stockpile. But yeah, you're absolutely correct about that. He did it again. Flicking the granary.
An enemy lord has been
The
promoted.
boy.
He may have just promoted, so we'll see. And let's see what Sam is up to. So Sam, basically same location for the treasury as last time. He's opting for one extra saw pit, which I think is probably a really good decision. It looks like he may be opting to try and clear out this forest ahead of time so we avoid any over chopping issues once it's time to start placing down the walls. Just one apple farm, so that means he will be lacking that nice extra honor from that. Already see that he's not getting as much honor, so yeah, there it goes. Placing down the hunter's post, and now starting to expand his food economy quite a bit. He likes having this little grid setup going on right here.
Not gonna lie, I'm a fan of it myself.
It is a very, very solid setup, and the good thing about having his dairy farms on this side means that it's so close to this stockpile, so he can place an armory like right here, have some tanner's posts if he wants to make crossbowmen. Like
finally, he changed his hovel location. Thank you. Where's Daniel's hovels?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank God.
All right. Good deal. Daniel's spacing out his apple orchards quite a bit. I'm not sure what he's thinking there. Let's see what honor we get. No honor, it looks like. I'm not sure what's causing that. Maybe I just missed it. Anyway, he is placing more hunters posts down. He's expanding his economy pretty rapidly. 3 hovels is going to eat into his excess food, so he will be a little starved for gold. But hopefully his taxes will make up for that. But he won't be able to sell quite as much excess because this population is about to shoot up. So he did remember poop. That's good. Daniel having a pretty solid opening. Minus.
I don't like his food grid.
This. I can't say as I'm a fan. These dairy farms are not optimally located, but we'll see what happens when the wheat farms start coming down. Maybe he has a plan for this, though. It is Daniel, so I doubt it. So we do see a very quick falconer's post come down that indicates that he is very, very far ahead when it comes to the honor. So let's see what Sam is doing. So Sam is already getting his Lord's Kitchen down. I like this move a lot. It'll help him promote. Now, he did say that he has a brand new strategy to unveil. So we will see how effective this is. He's going on ahead and throwing down 3 wheat fields.
There we go.
I'm not a huge fan of this. These wheat fields are not going to be as profitable as if he were just spamming out orchards on a per population basis. But we will see how this ends up.
I was wondering if he was going to place a mill down.
He could easily add some more bakeries, but I like this. I like that he has a dedicated stockpile over here just for this wheat industry. One other thing I will add, he has not duplicated. Actually, neither player has duplicated a stockpile to kind of cover both of these resource locations. Let's take a look back over at Daniel. So Daniel, again, opting not to do so.
Oh, he got something more than a pig farm.
Wow.
He got a vegetable farm.
Amazing. Yeah, I told him it was probably best for him to place down the honor foods rather than just buying them. And he seems to have taken to that, so that will save him some gold in the long run. So he is starting up some wheat, so he also is using his stockpile. Though I'm not quite as big a fan of this as I am of Sam's setup, because look at...
That's ugly.
It's a little bit of a distance. There's a little bit of a distance here, but again, I mean, this is a massive improvement over last game's economy. So we will see what he manages to do with this. He has lowered his taxes, so he's not getting as much of a boost here. So
He's got quite a few loggers going right now.
That he does, or at least he should be. He needs to place down some more hovels. Yeah, it looks like he is pop capped right now. Okay, we do see some peasants starting to run out, so this problem should fix itself here pretty soon. Let's take a look and see what Sam is doing. Sam building up his economy very quickly, very quick. He could definitely do to place down more bakeries to account for the fact that he's going to be bringing in a lot of wheat, and I mean a lot of wheat. He maybe needs 2 at max at the most. And then in addition, one thing I will say, this wood production is not super high.
Lord has been promoted.
Let's take a look here. Let's count. We've got 8. We've got 8. Does he have any more? No. So let's take a look over at Daniel. Daniel has at least 12.
10?
It looks
12?
like. So Daniel's going to be outpacing him in the wood, and that's going to help him really kickstart his economy. Now we do see a barracks coming down. He can't do anything with that yet. He's going to have to produce 10 archers before he can push across the map. So we'll see what he ends up doing here. I do like this musicians guild. Now I will say, I have to point out, I did look into it, and the musicians guild actually does not help you.
I knew it.
With popularity. You were right, Joey.
Yeah, that's just a shitty tooltip.
It is a shitty tooltip, but at the same time, that extra 10 honor every
Oh
month,
yeah, it's worth it.
it's definitely worth it.
Good lord, that's a lot of hunters posts.
Yeah.
That's a little excessive, actually.
I would say so. It is. I think it's one of the least efficient. It's definitely up there with cheese, but
I normally stop at 6, but frickin' he's got, what is that?
he just the thing is he just
13.
needs enough. He should not be relying on this for income. He should be using this to kind of keep at least one in the granary by the time the month ticks over, so he gets that extra honor. Okay, he is starting to produce archers. He has his early mercenary camp down, so we'll see what he manages to do with this.
Throwing up some early walls.
Indeed. So Sam is kind of proofing his castle here.
Okay, I thought he was about to do the
bedchamber glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is prohibited in these games. So
Wait, what's
he has
the
an armory
bedchamber
down. Okay, so the bedchamber glitch is. Joey, do you want to explain it?
I mean, basically, you trap the lady of the castle in an endless loop between the bedchamber and the stockpile, and it's so like exploitive. Like you can promote so fast off of it that it breaks the game.
Indeed.
It's on the same realm of stupid as the walking on water units.
Yeah. Okay, so something I will point out is that Sam is starting to go heavy into light cap. We saw him go very heavy into light cap earlier, so Daniel, if he's paying any attention, all he has to do is glance down at Sam's base in order to see these light cav. So he should be knowing that something's up. Let's see how Daniel's doing on walling. So he has this walled off over here. He's working on this side. He really needs to do something in order to keep these light cap from slipping into his base and doing irreparable damage. He does have a mercenary camp down, so it'll be very easy for him to recruit. Okay, we do see courthouse come down for Daniel. I would have really loved for him to have at least rotated this so it faced the granary. That would have prevented the guard from having to walk all the way across here. But then again, if he catches the criminal walking through here, he'll just be able to nab him right here and take him right into the courthouse. So not a bad setup, not a bad setup at all. He does have 3 Fletcher's posts going, so we'll see how well that serves him. These poor oxen are just struggling to get to the stockpile. I would have loved to have seen Daniel duplicate, at least have 1 extra stockpile location. Okay, so he is working on walling himself off, so he has an opening here, he has an opening right here.
So you're not planning on getting gatehouses, or
Okay, look at this production. Sam is just going absolutely bananas with these Fletcher.
I'm kind of
posts.
surprised. I would have thought he would have thrown more into that early game aggression that he's been.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get to the limit so he can go attack. Also, he's opting to do the same thing.
I don't like this.
I don't like it at all. He's the thing he's worried about is this opening right here. So what you can do is you can actually stream archers or whatever in through here, walk around the back end and escape here. But all he has to do is plug this hole.
Yep.
And instead he's opting to waste all of this stone.
And all that space. Like, look at how much space he cut out of his area.
Exactly. But then again, with this efficient economy, he's probably not going to need all that much space because he's being pretty space efficient as of right now. So he is placing down a jousting tournament. So he'll probably be opting to wall that off. So at least Daniel will be safe in the meantime while Sam is not paying attention on microing. Okay, so we do see this section is still open, as is this section. Okay, here's an interesting development. Daniel is opting for axe throwers. So that is something that will be absolutely devastating to these light cav, depending upon how much Sam emphasizes them. On the other hand, we do see a good deal of Fletcher's posts down, so it could be that Sam will opt instead to focus on archers this game and not go light cav heavy, as he has been going the past few games. Now, he has been talking very much about this new strategy that he wants to unveil.
Why are you trying to fake out?
It could be that he was all hype. Now I have seen what he's talking about, and it is extremely effective, and that is why, that could be why Daniel is opting. Perhaps he is aware of the strategy somehow. He's not leaving any exposed gatehouses, so Sam's strategy relies a lot on the use of laddermen to sneak into one's gatehouse in order to let in light cavalry. Okay, we do see a movement coming. We do see some movement coming from Daniel. Trying something early. As he did last game. We saw something similar last game. So he's moving out into the center. Let's see what he can accomplish with this push. Again, these throwing axemen will absolutely devastate any army of light cav that Sam throws at him. Okay, so Sam has a decent number of archers. I'm not sure who has the most, but it looks like this fight will come down to the archers. Sam is placing down a monastery, so that will help him get some nice early melee units. So we do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 archers for Sam. And Daniel, it doesn't look like he has that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the normal 10. So it may be that Daniel's just setting himself up for failure. Okay, and then Sam is moving out with even more archers. So this is going to be a very tough fight for Daniel. I think Daniel was anticipating that Sam would go straight into light cav, and if that were the case, then this army would absolutely shred what Sam is putting together. But at the same time, we don't know what the final composition is going to look like here. Sam is not moving out, but he undoubtedly is aware of this army. At least I would hope so. But given both of these players' map awareness, as we have seen in previous games, it's not super great. So Daniel is making more archers. Let's take a look at his economy. Daniel's economy is expanding tremendously, at least compared to the last few games. I just hope that he continues to expand this. I hope that he.
Ooh, look at all those Fletcher's posts.
Yeah, I know. He's got.
Is that an armor?
Yeah, he needs a pole turner. He needs some kind of. Okay, he does have iron, but they've likely not begun to drop off yet. So these archers are starting to reinforce up here. Sam not moving out. Okay, so this is what I was afraid of for Sam. He is going much more heavy into these light cav. I'm not sure if he's aware about the use of these axe throwers. These axemen could just, as I've said time and time again, he's getting even more. So I think he's just wanting to get on top of this army and just crush it, but I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. He will win. Sam will win the archer fight, but at the same time, losing all this light cav will give Daniel the ability to kind of regroup and reassess. And those archers can't do very much on their own since Sam does not have a siege camp. So all Daniel would have to do is get up on these walls, and then all of a sudden Sam won't be able to do anything. Sam is adding some fighting monks, so we'll see what he can manage to do with those. I think they are better than spearmen slightly, but perhaps not by much. Okay, so Daniel does have a siege camp down. He does have a siege guild, so he has options. One thing I would like to see him do is clear out some of this crime. He's getting -3. He only has 1 stockade. He does have a bedchamber. We did not see him use a bedchamber last game, so maybe he could go out ahead. I'm not liking this bread economy very much. He could add another 1 or 2 bakeries from 1 wheat farm, but at the same time it is slightly more efficient than Sam's. This is an overuse of wheat fields based on the number of bakeries. In order to even this out, he needs to add some more bakeries. So Sam is adding throwing axemen of his own. Now this is a very interesting and varied composition. So he has a lot of different types of units, and I'm not sure what I think about his investing into all these different types of units. What do you think, Joey?
I think it's interesting, but at the same time, I think diversifying your army in this game, just considering how some units are so superior to others, can be a mistake.
Yeah, and we do see the mantlets coming out, so that will render the archers almost ineffective. So, okay, we do see Sam moving out with his light cav, so if those light cav get there first, okay, he is only positioning them. Let's see what he ends up doing with this. He's getting ready to pounce. All Daniel has to do is survive until he can get catapults. Okay, so Sam does see the openings. Does Daniel see the openings? Does Daniel know what's gonna happen? Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Sam maybe just tunnel visioning everything. He's trying to reposition. Okay, he is gonna dive right on top of this. I don't think this is the right decision. Let's see what ends up happening. These axe throwers are going to absolutely demolish this force. Let's see what. Okay, Sam's units are getting on top.
Sam is growing into such a narrow choke point, but he's got so much.
He's move commanding into all of this. Oh, he's just getting right on top of this force. I'm not sure if this is going to be worth it for Sam. He's moving his units around, trying to snipe those, throwing axemen. It looks like it is working. Daniel's pulling back a little bit. Sam is surviving with quite a bit of light cav, but he did take some tremendous losses. Sam is taking the center. Let's see if he can push his advantage. Okay, Daniel has a flood of archers coming in. Let's see if it'll be enough. He needs to retreat those guys, get some more mantlets on the field. I would be absolutely amazed if this is looking more and more even, but Sam is pushing into this choke, getting on top of these archers. Daniel will clean up these light cav. Man, look at that. Look how fast they just die.
I mean, Sam won the position, but he lost so much right there.
Yeah,
that was...
Yeah, and here comes Daniel. All he has to do is just get some units on these walls, and he'll be safe from this pressure, because Sam has not invested in any siege. Yeah. So we do not see a siege camp coming down for Sam, so he cannot do anything.
And Sam just lost, like, hundreds and hundreds of gold's worth of units right there.
Okay, both players are promoting. unless that is one player promoting several times. Daniel with the serious crime problem.
Ugh.
This could be his undoing. He's not going to be able to taxes. He's not going to be able to reap as much from taxation because of this. And on top of that, his industry is going to suffer. Now we're going to have to compare the economies of both players to see whether or not Sam can actually take those kinds of engagements. So Sam does have a very solid economy in terms of weapons. I would say they're about even in those terms. Sam clearly has the superior food economy. In terms of honor, both players seem to have very similar setups. So I would give the, well, I don't know, that's a lot of apple orchards.
If he's not selling that, then that's gonna end up biting him in the ass. That's a lot of pop and some food.
It is, but not as much pop as Sam is investing here, because you have 2 workers on each of these windmills, and you have 1 for each of these. I don't know. I think it's a lot more even economically, this game at least. Except I will say Sam is actually getting a better hold on his crime, but we'll see what Daniel does whenever he unlocks the Torturers Guild. So Sam does have the position in the center. It looks like, okay, the Bastion has come out. He's learned his lesson, so he's gonna start bombarding the center.
Ladderman.
Okay, so Sam is gonna start whipping out his new style. Now, if he would look over here, he would see that this section is completely open, therefore negating any ability of these laddermen. But he is going to try and get up on these walls. Okay, so here are the game changers. The catapults come out, and now, all of a sudden, all of these units can get taken out in just one barrage. So Sam is moving over here only to realize that there's nothing here. Come on, Daniel. It's too late for Daniel. He can't wall this off. So we are going to see a movement coming in through the left.
Daniel.
And now Sam sees it, so he's going to be pushing all of his light cav into this opening. And Daniel just does not see it.
Come on, Sam, capitalize on it. Don't play like a pussy now. Go for it.
Okay, now Daniel does see it, so he is going to be placing some throwing axemen along here to try and deal with this. He needs to be making use of this mangonel.
Sam, where is that light cav? You could capitalize so much off. There we go. Come on.
These axe throwers are going to get taken right out by these archers. Daniel is in an abysmal position. We just saw him try to wall that off.
This might be game.
This could very well be game. And Daniel's
he doesn't have much of a yeah, this is it.
This is the game. Unless he can pull off some
dumbass. No,
he's only been going on what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'll say that's it. Right
there. That is such a whack game. I'm pissed.
And he's going straight for this granary. The heart of the economy is down, dead, gone.
And that's on no one's shoulders but Daniel's. He left that open. Oh my god. It hurts.
So much for the Mona Lisa of memes.
So much for the Mona Lisa of memes, indeed. There goes the siege camp. There goes the economy. He's replacing his granary, so he apparently thinks he still has a chance. There goes the market.
Or he's just being BM.
He's probably just being BM, knowing him. Okay, he is trying to move up and do something, make something happen. Nothing is going to happen. This is one of the most secure bases I've ever seen. So not gonna get super far with this. And now all of his wonderful economy is just getting decimated. You hate to see it, but this is just what playing against light cav is like. You leave a little gap. He does have it walled off finally, but
yeah,
a dire mistake to cost him the game.
I'm just build a wall while the enemy is inside. Oh!
And we have the Mormon cursing. There he goes. He has left the game. No GG. That's gotta hurt. That has gotta hurt. And there it is, the sad demise of a once proud warrior among the hail of picks being shoved into his armor. The cracks.
It's like Julius
notwithstanding.
Caesar all over again.
And there he is. Daniel has fallen. Sam, Toxic Wall, has emerged the victor. Alright, let's get these two players in here.
Daniel. Come on, dude.
He says in the chat, I can never play Stronghold again after that. I retire.
Oh my god, he actually just left.
Wow.
Oh my
Absolutely.
god.
Completely
What a career.
Unreal. Can you believe that? I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I can.
When you can only win off of cheese, that's what happens, boys.